Okay. Welcome to episode 3 of the BeastCast. Haven't done an episode in about a year and a half now at this point. I think it was like early June last year when we did it. We have a new co-host. Other than me, we now have Mr. Raven Bones. Hello, Mr. Raven.
Yo,
So Raven is now the new co-host. I don't know how many episodes of this we're gonna do. We'll just keep
tons.
making,
We're gonna do
yeah,
tons.
hopefully tons.
Bought a
That's
mic for it.
did buy a mic for it, so that's a good thing. So, Mr. Raven, what's the day like today then?
The day today, thanks to your earlier messages, has gotten me fully fueled on how much I hate Hollywood now based off of when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I kind of want to start off by saying I do not have a problem with different types of people on the screen. I hate how in today's world it switched from trying to make a movie fun to suddenly trying to push something on the screen in an agenda form, as if we don't know you're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the biggest example I have, all right, is Sigourney Weaver in Alien 1 and 2. Okay, Alien and Aliens from the 1980s. During that time, the second wave feminism was like shooting through the roof, okay? But however, um those movies still at the time were purposely made for female empowerment. But the difference between a movie made today for female empowerment and a movie made back then for female empowerment is they had good writing and they had an actual story to tell where you could simply just swap a character and then that actress would just sell the role. And as we saw, the two movies turned out to be amazing. That's where, I actually battle right wingers today with their anti woke stuff. Okay. Even though I preach anti woke stuff some, I'm not as extreme as they are. Because if those two movies were released in today's world, all up and down, they would be shitting all over it, saying that it's female empowerment and giving their bullshit. But I feel like there's more of a fine line that needs to be drawn. In today's world, okay, I grew up. Okay, when I was doing paper out at the age of 14, I saw a Captain Marvel comic laying in someone's driveway. Clearly, a kid must have lost it that lived in the house. I yoinked it. I was like, cool, my first comic book ever I'm going to read. I loved Captain Marvel. I loved it so much that I looked up all of her previous comics and discovered that, it used to be a guy named Marvel that had to give up his powers later on, right? So when the new movie came out, and was all like, "Oh, here's the new Captain Marvel." I was like, "Oh, I couldn't be more excited because Marvel is one of my favorite characters." In the movie, you can tell it's very feminist because they changed Marvel to no longer be Marvel to be some weird deic source, and they happen to be a female. And the actress herself literally said this was a female empowerment movie, and she didn't want her character getting powers from a male.
So back up. Marvel or Marvel, the name, the reason why it's called Captain Marvel isn't because it's Marvel Comics, because, well, sort of, it's just a
Yeah,
play
because
on,
of Marvel, that's his
yeah,
name.
the name was Marvel. So is Brie Larson plays the new Captain Marvel, right? The fucking weird one that cut her
Yeah,
hair. Is
yeah.
she named Marvel as well, or does she just have the name Captain Marvel for no reason? Like, what's their?
She literally has the name Captain Marvel for no reason. There was no any indication on where that name came from in the movie. It
Do
literally and it changed her
Because
origin.
I've watched almost all of the Infinity Saga movies, and other than Captain Marvel, I have not watched Captain Marvel. And other than that, I would say that they just start calling her Captain Marvel, and I feel like they never addressed why they called her Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because
Other
they
than
don't want to.
Yeah, other than the fact that the one thing I've seen is that maybe they could give a reasoning for her being captain status is because she basically could fight Thanos, but she had the name Captain Marvel before she
It was
fought
because she
Thanos.
was a captain in the fighter jet league she was in.
So they just kept calling her captain. So then where'd the name
Yes.
Marvel come from?
Thin Air. That's why, because they didn't.
Okay. Okay.
So see, that's a prime example. Okay, now you brought up The Last of Us. Okay, the problem I have with The
Oh
Last
yeah.
of Us is, back then when I was watching, let's say, since we're talking about Marvel movies, Captain Fury, technically a white guy in the comics. There was only one made where he was black, and they chose Samuel L. Jackson. I was like, oh shit, cool. I love Samuel L. Jackson. He probably is going to make it funny, but they never used the black Captain Fury storyline from the comics. They used the white dudes. But I was like, you know what? That's fine. If he
Because
can
he
deliver
does
the
he
role.
does he does do a decent role in a lot of the movies he plays
Yeah.
in.
But the difference is back then, like 2012, 2008, or, if you count the first Iron Man movie, when they did that change, okay, they were trying to just, you know, adapt it, but letting Samuel L. Jackson like give the role that it was when Hollywood was trying to be fun. Okay, now they're not trying to be fun. Now it's literally you can only be fun if you give out or give a certain agenda to your shit
Well,
rather than
I don't
before.
even think it's a certain agenda. I think what Hollywood has become to, and this is a argument that I see a lot of people bring up, is a lot of movie enjoyers. Of course, you're always gonna have the mass population that just will watch the movies because funny VFX. But a lot of the problems I see with people with new Hollywood, especially Marvel, is they don't do anything original. It's all completely based off of nostalgia and nostalgia trips because basically what ended up happening was I guess one of the biggest thing we're moving into a new age now. I think Spider-Man No Way Home finally was the final nail into the coffin for the old Marvel and old way of doing things because after that movie everybody saw all the people from when they were a kid, watching the original Spider-Man's like, "Hey, I remember Doc Ock and Green Goblin all that." And it got people so hyped up for that nostalgia trip that they started just redoing every movie. For example, you remember or have you ever watched the new Doctor Strange movie that came out? The new one, Multiverse of
Yeah,
Madness?
yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
So that movie after Spider-Man came out and made like $1 billion in the box office, they completely reshot like 30% of that movie to make it more of a nostalgia trip by adding all the fucking people in the council and all that, when he goes to the other dimensions and
Yeah,
all that.
the
Spoiler alert, by the
Illuminati.
way. Yeah, the Illuminati, and they basically rewrote that to have all these nostalgia characters and things that would give people this nostalgia trip, which is what's starting to come out with every movie. I mean, it's been coming out for a while before that. Like Aladdin came out 4 years ago. Lion King came out 2 years ago. Mulan. Disney basically has just been like redoing everything from everybody's childhood because it's going to make them a bunch of money. People are not focused, and that's the thing with Marvel that people have too is they're not Hollywood's no longer focused on just telling a story or telling a story to make a little bit of money. It's now we're just going to keep pumping out stuff that people will buy because that's it. That's all they want. That's all they want at the end of the day is money. There's all the writers are basically being shunned and thrown away and basically are like, "Nope, you're just going to do this and this is exactly how you have to do it." Rather than actually trying to tell a story, they're now basically just trying to see how much money they can make in the box office. And I think the problem is when movies started being able to produce over $1 billion on a $200 million budget and they realized they can make $800 million. I think that was the turning point of when they realized that money was the only thing they really cared about rather than storytelling. But if you've ever
Yeah.
looked at the movies that make over $1 billion, they're usually very story driven or very original stories. Other than I think the only one that isn't is Spider-Man No Way Home, and that's just because the plot is pretty shit to that movie. It kind of sucks. It's just a
I
big nostalgia trip.
100% agree.
The plot to that movie is very, very dumb. It's just a really big nostalgia trip, and it works semi well. Also, that movie wasn't even made by Disney; it was basically made by Sony. So, I find that one
Yeah.
always funny.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. So since we're into original stuff, okay. The other thing I hate the most too is the pandering to the as Dave Chappelle put it, the alphabet crowd, right? I don't like how when there's something that's coming out that the main focus of a character, and I believe there was a Netflix show. It was either a Netflix show or a movie. I have to look it up where the actress didn't like the way it was being marketed because it wasn't about her character, being a lesbian or bisexual. It had a deeper story to it. And she hated how the marketing was literally just going, oh, look, it's a bisexual story. Look at this shit. It's a bisexual lesbian story. Oh my God, don't you want to be part of this inclusive journey? And it ended up flopping because of that, you know? Like I'm the type of dude where I don't care if you're a football dude that's banging 30 women a month, or if you are a normal dude who has a normal marriage. I don't care about what you do in the bed. Okay, leave that to yourself. As long as you're not grooming kids, I don't mind, like. So to have that, it's one thing for it to be a love story. Like if you literally come out and you're like, this is a romance story, I'm like, all right, clearly the love's going to be in the forefront. But if, let's say, you're a normal movie that isn't a rom-com, I don't see, like, for example, Transformers: The Dark of the Moon, okay? That literally starts out with a chick in her underwear walking up the stairs to Shia LaBeouf and getting on him all sexual. I don't need that in my films. That's literally, Michael Bay being Michael Bay. Okay, I don't need that. So it doesn't matter who it is. Okay, so like I'm writing a book, as you well know. Okay, I have a character that's bisexual in the book. The only difference is that the bisexualness and why it there are parts that point it out isn't because I'm trying to be inclusive, is it's literally part of her character. Like her character and the evil things that she does is tied to her bisexualness because of her background story. Right? So it comes out more naturally. I'm not sitting there trying to be inclusive. And funny enough, my book actually has more powerful females than it does males. That's just how it came out to be. I don't sit there when I write my shit. I don't sit there and I don't go, oh damn, I already have this, so I need an even amount of that, or I need to do this because, like, oh, I need to represent these types of people. I don't do that whatsoever. I just write, and when it comes out, it comes out. And but today's in movies, like I can already tell you that half of the remakes we're having are going to have a bunch of gay people in it, and they're going to have a bunch of diverse casts when the original stories never had it, because of one specific reason that no longer involves trying to bring the best part of that story to the screen.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things, sorry, I was typing during that. I was trying to find out what the chick's name was. In the new Thor movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, Tessa Thompson's character, King Valkyrie, that girl, that her whole shtick is she was upset because there wasn't enough things about her being like about Valkyrie being basically bisexual, or like this stuff like I feel like this character is not well representative because they fucking what's his name, Taika Waititi, the guy who fucking
Yeah,
did,
I know who you're
yeah, the
talking about.
director of the movie basically was like, oh well, we need to make a lot of inclusive characters. For example, Korg, his fucking the big rock dude. They can only mate because there's only males, so they only mate by like by it was a gay joke. It was a really bad gay joke. So then Tessa Thompson's character, she was like, or Tessa Thompson was like, well, my character's not properly represented in this movie either. So then he goes, okay. So then they basically gave her a bunch more stupid, like, gay and lesbian jokes that didn't even need to be in the story because it just has no purpose to the movie whatsoever.
Yeah, like why though? Like why does that need to be in the movie? If
It
this movie is for kids, as you say, as long as as well as adults, but you're like, oh, kids, young generations are going to love this film. Why do they need to be subjected to that as a plot point?
see. Oh, and by the way, can we also bring up the fact that basically Disney completely lies about their numbers that they get in in all their movies basically. So
Yes, yes,
for example,
100%.
so for example, I'm looking at Thor: Love and Thunder right now. Okay, and the budget was $250 million, which that's legit. That's about the average budget for one of these movies. And it claims that the box office got $760 million, but that number is completely fabricated. There's no proof to that. In fact, its opening week, its opening weekend made 135 million worldwide, but they claim, if you look at articles, that it made that domestically and that it made like 400 million worldwide. By the way, that would make it one of the like biggest box office openings of all time, which is just not true. I know Thor and Love and Thunder did not get that many. You can talk to about any person who ever went to opening night, you'll say that, oh yeah, opening night was pretty packed, but then that weekend, nobody else. Other than the people who will go and see every movie religiously, this movie didn't make more than $300 million at most worldwide, and they
Well, yeah,
completely
I mean,
they just completely lied about the number to make it like, oh, see how profitable it is, and so I don't know
yeah,
where they get that number from.
they lied about it because um it didn't get the opening that they wanted, or the weekend afterwards, because uh it wasn't popular like it should have been, because the director himself literally came out in response to people feeling like he was butchering the comic book lore. And he said something along the lines of, "Oh, you think I'm destroying your characters now? Just wait, I'll destroy them in a hot second in my next movie," or something like that. Like
Yeah,
he plain out said, "I'll destroy the characters you love."
and it pisses me off is because Marvel, this guy, the critical drinker, he has some pretty good takes with his Marvel movies. Some of them are pretty floppy, some of them are good. I love the, I'm pretty sure he coined it, might be somebody else, the MCU, because basically, in whatever the fucking the people directing and the people behind Marvel basically said that in the next like 5 years they want there to be almost double the amount of female characters as male characters. And if you've noticed in the past like 3 years, they've turned every male character into a dumb idiot, and they are basically just gender swapping them with female characters. Which, I mean,
And
if you're gonna do that, at least do it like good. Like at least
yeah, at
do.
least do it good.
You can't just, because you can't just expect, for example, this new Ironheart, that's supposed to be the girl Iron Man. She has no backstory like Iron Man, where her parents died or anything like that. She's just, or that she was a rich from the start. Basically, her story is, oh, she's very smart, so now she's the next Iron Man. And it's like, well, how does that?
No.
How does that? How do? Like, where's her story? Like, what's her
You,
upbringing?
you, you know what they should do then? If they want to sell that story, here's a way to do it. Okay. How about you have it to where she was part, because I believe it's shown in the Captain America Civil War movie, uh, that she was part of Tony Stark's program where he funded everybody's projects in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And that Tony Stark had taken an interest in her because she was building advanced, machinery like him, and she was kind of like his secret protege until Thanos came along, snapped his fingers, and he got a daughter. But she never gave up her dream. And now that Iron Man is gone, she wants to live up to the expectations of her mentor and try to get into the game. That's like at least a better half-ass story than whatever the fuck they're coming up with.
And now apparently, so the new Wakanda Forever movie, the Black Panther 2 movie, is basically about a month away now. And first off, really bad things have been talking about this movie doesn't sound too good to begin with. It sounds just very mediocre, like most Marvel
A
movies have been.
female Black Panther, who could have guessed?
Yeah. So I mean, this one's a little more justified. I mean, Chadwick Boseman's just dead. So I mean, and the
Wow,
only other person,
recasting.
yeah, basically recasting. I personally think the best thing they should have done was leave the character, like completely leave the character. But it's whatever. Anyway, so apparently this new Ironheart chick whoever plays Ironheart is supposed to be in this movie, and I don't get that. I don't know why she'd be in Wakanda whatsoever,
Because
unless maybe.
she's black.
So like, because
No,
the
I'm
like
serious. They're
like
making
literally,
Ironheart black.
yeah, I know they're making her black. I don't care about that. I just, there's no reason unless she like sneaks into Wakanda. But then like, have you ever seen anybody sneak into Wakanda? Isn't like the whole point of Wakanda that it's completely like hidden off from the rest
Maybe
of the
she's
world?
secretly Wakandan born.
If that's the case, I mean that there could be more story than just her being, I'm very smart. Like, that's basically what they're going for, is that she's just Tony Stark but a female and just better than him because she's a female. And I guess
No.
I don't see the writing in that. Where's there's no writing of a character. There's like, what happened to writing backstories for characters?
If there
Well,
was going to be an Ironheart, I feel like they should somehow pull it around where it's Tony Stark's daughter
yeah,
becoming the Ironheart rather than whoever the fuck this random woman is.
and they could totally do that. The problem is his daughter's just a little too young, so it'd have to take place a little bit after. But then again, Thor: Love and Thunder ends about like 2 years after when the movie starts, so it's just like the ending's all right. It's just really dumb, but I
A
guess,
little girl wielding Stormbreaker. Yeah.
yeah, it's just a little dumb. It's just goofy. But the people who always, that's the other argument too. These movies are meant to be goofy. They're meant to be dumb. Yeah, but that doesn't. A movie can be dumb and have good writing. Like the old fucking Marvel movies used to do that. They used to be fun, dumb, good stories. Now it's just everybody's dumb, really stupid, except for the powerful females. And I
And
don't I don't
see,
I don't know I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that deal is. I don't
and
know.
see, that's why I have a problem with The Last of Us. Is rather than respecting the characters as they are shown in the video game, which I guess funny enough you could say if you want the story, play the damn game. But for me, if I'm casting a if I'm like, okay, I'm given as a director, like, hey, we need you to do this show from this game, I will be playing the game and then trying to figure out what about those characters everybody loved, and then trying to find characters or actors, sorry, that match those people not only closely in looks, but tone of voice and acting. That's why I don't like Pedro Pascal as the choice, is because yes, he doesn't, when I see Joel, I don't see Pedro Pascal. I don't even think he can convince me of that. And I can guarantee that throughout the rest of the show, they're going to race swap at least two or three people who were white in the games into being something else in the show for the sake of, we need diversity.
And see, for me, I can look past that usually because I usually get so into the depths in the shoes of the character. But to be honest, if you want to talk about killing The Last of Us, I'm pretty sure The Last of Us killed The Last of Us. Last of Us Part 2
Yeah, The
was just,
Last of Us too.
yeah, The Last of Us 2 killed The Last of Us. I think as long as they don't go the stupid route where they kill Joel, if they kill Joel like off the bat before the season's even done, I think I will have a problem with it. But other than that, I don't think so.
Oh.
If
No, they're
they
not going to.
yeah, I hope they don't. They better not.
Because here's the thing: the lead, the dude playing Joel isn't white, so they're not going to have a golf club in his head.
Well, you never know. I've seen some shitty writing in Hollywood, and it doesn't. One thing, the one breakaway movie, was it this year or was it was last year? No, it was this year. So Batman. First off, I love the new Batman movie. I felt that movie was really good. But
I
it was
hated
this
it.
year. The new Uncharted movie. I felt that was a really good video game adaptation movie.
I never watched it.
You should watch it. It is a very good movie. At first, I was really weird that Tom Holland wasn't gonna be able to play a good Nathan Drake, but I think he plays it just fine. Tom Holland and the problem for me is Tom Holland only. At first, I was like, well, Tom Holland can't play any serious roles. Then I remembered Nathan Drake is not a serious character hardly at all. He has very few serious moments. In fact, Nathan Drake, even you can even tell by his fighting style, he's a very goofy dumbass basically who just gets very lucky. And Tom Holland plays that perfectly. He plays that he
Well,
plays
yeah,
that
because he
goofy
plays
dumb.
Spider Man.
Yeah, he plays that goofy. Well, the thing is, a lot of the movies that a lot of the characters that Tom Holland plays are just end up being goofy dumbasses, which most of the time is okay because he's usually the star of those movies, which is nice. And in Uncharted, they didn't try to make it some woman swap thing or anything like that. Like they have fuck, what's her face? Going to the cast right now. They had Chloe or Sophia Taylor Ali, the chick, the Indian chick from India. She fucking did an awesome job. And at first, I thought they were gonna be like, oh, they're just gonna make Chloe the like the lead role next to Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. And she does have a very big part, but Tom Holland and Nathan Drake is the complete like full circle is the main character. They don't even plot point off of him. Like they don't there's rarely any scenes that don't have Nathan Drake in them whatsoever. I can think of two scenes when they're talking when it's the villains talking and that's it. Nathan Drake is basically in every shot of the movie. There's also the plane scene movie, the plane scene that was really good. Where they stole that from. Well, I mean the entire movie's stolen from the games, but they stole it from the third game. If you've ever played Uncharted 3, the plane where he's falling out and he's holding onto all the boxes and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's really well done for movie style because you can only do it a certain way. The only thing that I have is of course the movie's goofy. So like in the movie, for example, he jumps up all the boxes and gets back onto the plane, and then of course this random just like car, this red velvet car is just in the plane and it hits him and pushes him off, and they barely escape that way. But it's cool,
Almost reminds me of the first, what was it, Spider Man Homecoming?
sort of. Spider-Man Homecoming, I
Exact same damn scene.
Spider-Man Homecoming had some pretty good scenes in it too. I think Homecoming was my favorite of the three actually. Ooh,
Yeah, me too.
Far From Home was okay. I thought Mysterio was an interesting villain. The way they made Mysterio into a VFX artist more than like a a weird magician type character. They turned him into just basically a VFX artist, even down to his suit. The suit that he's wearing is what they use in most times when they're rendering out the body of a VFX artist. Whenever they want to get a character rendered out, instead of using green, they'll use this like suit, which is very similar to the one that he Mysterio wears, which is really cool. Um, oh, what other movies came out this year? Northman. Did you watch that? Did not watch
Yes,
that.
I did. I watched The Northman.
Was it good?
Uh,
Did you like it?
I okay, I would say if you're going into that movie expecting like the most epic Viking battles, you're going to be disappointed. The movie is more about self journey, and there are very fucking brutal moments in the movie. Don't get me wrong, but if I were you, I would tell you that the dude who makes the movie, I forget, you could probably pull up his name, the director. When he does a movie, he
Robert
makes sure,
Eggers.
yes, he is a great filmmaker. Okay, when he makes a movie about like a period piece, he makes sure that he's getting things accurate. So the cultures he uses and whatever, you have a lot of people who are from Iceland and Norway that tell you he got Norse mythology nailed in the movie with how things were. Okay,
He
so
did the
as the movie,
Lighthouse too.
yes, he did. He's a really good the
Oh,
fucking bomb movie. So the Northman, no, because I went on I hate how I go on small rabbit trails. My ADHD. The movie is the movie is good if you know what to expect. If you're expecting like the most epic Viking shit that's gonna make you feel badass, you're not gonna completely get it. Though there are badass moments. You're gonna go into the movie. If you do go into it, expect weird shit that might be cringy and expect there to be a lot of gore and um that's about it because it's essentially as a trailer showed though it didn't
so it says
expand on.
it's based off of the Legend of Amaleth. Amaleth.
Yes,
So that is okay. By sex of
basically I can
dramatists.
get, you could see it in the trailer so it's not spoilers. Okay, basically dude, because it's in the fucking description of the trailers. Dude loses dad, goes on revenge mission to get dad, ends up being enslaved in the process, and story kind of goes from there. There is, however, a very uh, they don't make Vikings look nice in the movie, which they
And
shouldn't because they were
this
brutal.
is more Norway. This isn't like Breton like Celtics because at the time that would have been Breton in 800.
Yeah, this is Norway. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
These people, there is a scene, and it shows it in the trailer where they raid a village. That village raid is, I have to say, one of the most heartbreaking scenes I've seen in a movie, simply because you're supposed to be rooting for the main character, and you see him partake in this siege where there is a lot of dark shit that happens, and you're just like, damn, were the Vikings really like this? And you're just like, yeah, you can find many documented points of view that aren't from British propaganda, that or England's propaganda, that yeah, they've wrote themselves that they are this brutal and dark and kind of heartless in some ways. And it's just kind of like, you wonder if you're supposed to be voting, not voting, uh yeah, I guess you could say voting for this guy to succeed in his mission, because
Like
I mean,
rooting. Yeah.
yeah, I meant to say rooting, but I guess voting works too, because it's like now it's like I kind of want the bad guy to win. But then the bad guy's a douchebag too. So it's like, but the ending scene though, the ending fight to this movie is is awesome for like many reasons. I recommend watching it simply for you to get a history piece. Don't go into there expecting like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, or don't go in there
Fucking
expecting,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
or
Those
like
fucking
don't
movies
go
are
in
great.
don't okay, don't go in there expecting like the Netflix show The Vikings or something. Okay, go in here just expecting a simple revenge tale with brutal moments in it, and you should be pleased.
Yeah.
It will be weird though. I watched it with Smoke, and Smoke at the end of it was literally just like, what the hell did I just watch?
So I was looking at the cast. This has William Def Defoe in it. Defoe.
Only
It
for a couple moments.
yeah. So I clicked on his thing and I was like, all right, what's up, buddy? He was born in Appleton, Wisconsin. I did not know that. I've
Hmm.
been there multiple times. That is holy bucks. That he doesn't strike me as a guy to be born in the Midwest. He does a really good Green Goblin though.
I'm something of a Midwest myself.
Yeah. He was in The Fault in Our Stars. Oh, brother.
I haven't seen that.
I've only heard like bad things about that movie. How it kind of sucked. It
I
made
don't want to watch it because it
it had
relates
a
too close to
budget of
home.
8.5 million and produced 307 million. Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, like
Damn.
a look. Here's the thing: the movie hits too close to home for me to be able to objectively watch it. So I've just avoided it, good or bad.
Yeah, but no, dude. William's been in some crazy shit, dude. He was
Dude,
in
yeah.
he was in Mr. Bean's Holiday, bro. What? No
I didn't
shot.
see him in that.
No,
Oh,
he
he
was
might have been.
Carson Clay. It says, as well as. Oh wait. He played. Oh. This is just people that he's worked in movies with. Never mind, because it brings up
Okay,
Tobey
there's
Maguire.
a William Dafoe movie though. I need to look it up real quick. Where is it? Right over here. I watched it. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I absolutely loved it. Let's see. It's Before the Lighthouse. It was
He
like
has he has the Guinness World Record for the longest career as a live action Marvel character. Rest in peace.
really.
Yeah. Because Spider-Man 2002 to 2021.
Oh, he was in the Great Wall. Okay.
Wait, was the Great Wall the no? What was the one with fuck, what's his name? God damn it! Hold on. Ooh, Keanu Reeves. What's that Japanese movie with Keanu Reeves? It was something Shogun, I think.
Oh,
Uh,
47 Ronin.
yeah, 47 Ronin.
Yeah, that movie was I liked the movie simply because the only good part about it was
I've
yeah.
watched the OG Bill and Ted movies. They're kind of fire. They suck, but they're good. Dude, new John Wick though coming out next year. That's gonna be great. When does it come out? Oh, early next year. So it's only like 6 months away. March. That that looks good. It's got Bill Skarsgård in it.
Okay. The movie that I liked about with William Defoe that took me off guard was the movie called The Hunter. It's a essentially about this guy who goes out to some random area that I have no idea what it is, and he's trying to hunt a legendary creature from myth because like the last time we had it on film was like in 1920, and he wants to see if it's real because there have been reports that it might be around there. I actually like that movie. It's kind of more of a calm movie, so if you're like
That
if
kind of
you're
reminds me of Nope a little bit in a way.
kind of, but funny enough that that's the vibes I got from Nope. Though Nope is more action paced.
Yeah.
This is more of a, if you're not expecting just a nice sit down, have a sip on a drink type of movie where you're just like relaxed and just watching this, you're gonna fall asleep. Okay. And I hate how people judge movies based off of it was if it was exciting enough. I hate that shit because it's like, I like to see where somebody's coming from when they make a movie. That's why I can sit
There's
down and
a
watch found footage.
there's a new Mission Impossible movie coming out next year too.
Why?
I don't know. It's got it's got Tom Cruise in it still. It didn't what when was the last I feel like that's been around for like 30 years, hasn't that? How long is this?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, this is Mission
I
Impossible
think
7.
I think the first Mission
There's a part
Impossible.
2 coming out the year after in 2024. Mission Impossible 7 Part 2, aka Mission Impossible 8. What? What the hell? The
Mission
OG one
Impossible.
came out 96. Yeah, it's been almost
Yeah,
30 years.
96.
Jesus.
Yeah, and there's still like I thought the last movie was okay, but it's like how many Missions
They
Impossibles can you have that make us believe that Tom Cruise isn't a 5'6" manlet?
I think Tom Cruise could do good, but they gotta stop making him look taller than he is.
Yeah,
Because
I know, I know.
literally on his thing it says height 5'7". But in every movie or anything you've ever seen him, Jack Reacher, anything like that, he always looks super tall because they always he has like this thing because he's like a fucking he's like a psychopath basically. He has like this thing where the only way he'll do a movie is if they can do the camera angles correctly so he doesn't look as short as he actually is. So like if you've ever
Yeah.
seen a movie with Tom Cruise in it, the cameras are always either really far away or they're at an angle where he looks the very same height to everybody else around him.
Or,
I just embrace it, dude.
CGI'd that way.
Yeah, that too. Uh, I feel like if I ever was a director, I'd be like, Tom, listen, I know you hate it, but I think it would be funny if you just played a character who was short, but a badass. He's just a badass, but he's super
I think
short.
the only time he actually was his real height was in Tropic Thunder.
I forgot the movie exists.
Never go. Yeah.
Dude, I saw a scene from that movie. Oh my god, I gotta find it. It's the scene where he's talking about where it's fucking what's his face? Robert Downey Jr. and he's talking with the one guy and he goes, Our people did he said something like our people and he goes, Our, what you mean our? And he goes and he like grabs him like really close and he starts whispering in his ear.
What you mean, you people? And then the real black guy is like, what do you mean, you people?
Dude, I don't know how they did the makeup so well for Robert Downey Jr.
That's back when you could actually have fun on a screen and it not be, because if that movie was
still-
released today, it would be called like some right-wing dream.
I'm not even kidding. I'm surprised how Robert Downey Jr. hasn't been completely canceled over that movie with how cancel culture is.
Because he's Iron Man.
I know, like literally, dude. All you have to be is just be the biggest role in one of the biggest franchises, and you can do anything. Literally, he could probably go out and fucking like kill like an entire he could blow up a children's hospital, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's just Iron Man being quirky," He's just
You want to know why though? Okay, here's the thing. He just did a good job at being Iron Man to where nobody cared about him being a Republican. Nobody cared about him being black-faced in a movie. Everybody just loves him because he has that charisma. Okay, you have that, like you're uncancelable.
See, oh, what other dude? Oh my god, I forgot. Did you watch Bullet Train?
Not yet. But
Please, you gotta watch that. Oh, it's so good. That I was like, okay, so the last movie I saw, Brad Pitt in, I saw him in Fight Club. I thought he was pretty good in Fight Club. Okay, I saw him in Lost City. I watched that movie. That was kind of mid. But the last movie I physically remembered seeing him in was World War Z. Okay, now I totally forgot he was in Ad Astra, which I like that movie. It's all right. It's kind of shitty, but I personally enjoyed it. But
am I the only one that likes World War Z?
I didn't really like World War Z, so I came into it being like, oh, it's just another Brad Pitt movie. Dude, he plays fucking Ladybug. The main character's name is Ladybug. He plays Ladybug so well. Like he plays that character like, dude. Like I usually whenever I see people, for example, like Tom Cruise, okay, there's very few people I can't like put myself into their shoes. Usually Tom Cruise is one of them just because like I don't know, it's just something about Tom Cruise whenever I see him in a movie, I just can't like put myself in his shoes. Brad Pitt's one of them. I actually could. For once in my life in a Brad Pitt role, I didn't feel like I was just watching a dude kick ass. I was kind of like almost in his, like there. Like I could feel him there. It was pretty cool. Nicolas Cage is another
Once
one.
Upon a Time.
Nicolas Cage is another one. I don't. Oh my god! Fucking what is that movie? The fucking National Treasure or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Fucking, we're gonna fucking steal the Declaration
of Independence.
The thing I like about Nicolas Cage though is, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't he just he does like small movies for literally no money at all just because he likes to act in them and like wants to help out young directors and stuff like that?
Yep, that he literally that's the reason. Before it was because he needed money. Now it's literally because he feels like people aren't giving independent creators enough chances to flourish their ideas. So he'll not only act in them, but if he actually believes you're making a good film, he will actually put money towards it.
Yeah, like the new one that's coming, or did it already came out? Yeah, it already came out. It's really well received. It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It's got Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
as Nick Cage in it, and it's basically just like, I believe that was an independent movie. It didn't have,
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't have a big budget. It only had 29 million, which, I mean, it seems like a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. If you just go to, let's just go to another movie that came out this year, Bullet Train. I just had the one, $230 million for the budget, and they made 231 in the box office. Ooh, Liam Neeson! I forgot he existed. Liam Neeson, the only role I have a problem with him in, I don't like him as, oh fuck, what role? Oh my god, he was really funny in Ted 2. Have you seen the Ted 2 scene with him?
Yeah, I have.
It says these are for kids. Yeah. Dark dude, the Dark Knight movies. Him in, as what's his face?
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul, whatever his name is. Yeah. I don't really like him in that role, but I think other than that, dude, Dark Knight Rises got $1 billion in the box office. Wasn't that the flop one? Didn't that one suck?
No, none of the Dark Knight movies sucked. They all rocked.
Well, okay, so I rewatched all three of them. I watched Batman Begins, which was pretty good, Dark Knight, which is amazing, and then I was under the impression, I watched Dark Knight Rises and I thought it was pretty good, but I was always under the impression, because my friend who's a really big Batman nerd said that Dark Knight Rises is like one of the worst Batman movies. But I was like, have you never watched Batman Returns in 1992 or like any of the 90s Batman movies? So then I was like, or what about the fucking big brawlic Batman and Batman v Superman? Have you never watched any of those and thought that they were worse?
I support Batfleck.
I think Ben Affleck does pretty good. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
For me though, because like I'm gonna bring it back because we were talking about this before, so I'm gonna bring it back to a certain topic because
Full circle.
I know that if anybody ever somehow found this podcast, they're gonna be like, oh, is he gonna mention it or be hypocritical? The reason why, again, I liked Batman Begins, but one of the things that I didn't like was, as you pointed out, Liam Neeson's role as Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul is kind of supposed to be represented as they did on the CW show with the Arrow. He isn't supposed to be a white guy like Liam Neeson. He's supposed to be kind of an Arab type that runs a secret society. That's why I didn't like it. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, and I think Bale does awesome as Batman. I think Bale is really good.
I loved him.
As for Bale with me, any role I've ever seen Bale in, I've always liked, because Bale puts everything into it. He's like the good version of, what's that guy who played in Holes? The one kid.
Shia
LaBeouf. He's like Shia LaBeouf, but actually like a good person. Because Shia LaBeouf will like get really heavily. Shia LaBeouf will get way too into his roles. Like, I remember there was people talking about when whatever one of his more recent movies was, he didn't shower whatsoever to try and stay as like the role in the
Peanut
character.
Butter Falcon.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember what it was. It was some movie, and he like literally would just not shower. And they said like it came to the point where he's not like a good smelling dude. Like, he can't get away with not showering. He would literally get onto the set, and you could smell him from almost across the set. It was so disgusting. They literally I think the director said something like, "Dude, you gotta like at least put on like some deodorant or something, man. This is bad." But Christian Bale does the same thing. Christian Bale will go all out for his roles. If you just, for example, Christian Bale's really good at bulking because he has like a very big physique to begin with. So he comes off American Psycho, and then he comes off of whatever that other movie was he did in 2002. And then he has to do The Machinist. He has like 6 months before filming or something like that. Not even. It was like 5 months before filming. And they go, you need to be like literally, he was 181 pounds or something like that in American Psycho. And then he did another role where he was very much the same weight. And then they go, all right, you got like 6 months to get down to like basically skin and bone, and he got from 181 basically only like 4% or it was like 5 or 6% fat in his body to
Yeah.
literally nothing. He was 110 pounds in less than 6 months. He completely starved himself basically. And then okay, so The Machinist comes out 2004. Okay, so he does that. He does his role for The Machinist, which they started filming in mid like 2003 or whatever. And now they're gonna start filming Batman Begins in 2004. He needs now to bulk up to in like about 7 or 8 months, and he needs to bulk up to about 190 to 200 pounds. He bulked up to 220. He over bulked because he was so committed to the role that literally he was doing like, I think they said like at his peak for Batman Begins, which he was kind of chubby, you know, he didn't really turn into muscle. It was more so just him gaining weight. He was literally pulling like 9 to 10,000 calories a day at one point. And
Damn.
and and then he kind of slims down and goes back to his American. Personally, this is for me, and everybody pretty much agrees. American Psycho is the greatest physique that he's ever had because he's not like chubby Batman style where he's just like really big. He's like very slender and bulky. Like he's got a really nice physique. And then Ford versus Ferrari. I watched that entire movie and totally forgot he was. I didn't even realize Christian Bale was in it. I watched that entire movie and then when I looked up the cast, I was like, that's not him. There's no way. He can make himself look so different for these movies. It's great. Gore the God Butcher. I knew it was him going into it because everybody made a big deal how he's coming back to superhero movies, but you could hardly tell.
Yeah.
Literally, there it is. That's the photo. I want to put that on screen right now. That photo. Oh my god. I'm saving that image. I'm putting that on screen. That photo, that just shows how massive this guy got. Look at this. Oh my god. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally 110 pounds to like 220 in the span of like less than a year. Oh my god, Jared Leto, Jesus. Yeah, dude, fucking he's a nut. He's got to be my favorite actor of all time. I mean, okay, let's go down this little rabbit hole. Who's your favorite actor of all time,
Dude, why you gotta put me on the spot like that?
then?
I have a few actually. Oh, I was gonna make a joke because you sidetracked me. Because you were talking about Christian Bale being the best Batman. I was gonna make a joke like, yeah, he went from being Patrick Bateman to being Batman.
Yeah,
Patrick Batman.
Batman. Patrick Batman. I love Patrick Batman. I've said that too many times.
Okay, my favorite actor, believe it or not, my favorite actor is Sir Anthony Hopkins
Ooh,
and Idris Elba.
Elba's kind of fire. I think every role. Hold on, I'm looking up Elba's movies. Every movie he's ever been in, I think I've had some. At least I've liked it a little bit. I thought Tenet was pretty good because Christopher Nolan can always make a good story. Let's see, Beast was great. I didn't Fast and Furious 9 that or Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw. So I don't really like any of the Fast and Furious movies after Fast and Furious 3. I think the first three are amazing and everything after that's shit. Because they went from being
I
goofy to being these
100% agree.
they went from being goofy fun racing movies that weren't very realistic buddy cop style movies and then they just immediately turned into, oh, everything's an action movie, Mission Impossible, fucking cars fucking getting hooked on
Funny
shit.
enough, Fast Five is still my guilty pleasure.
Really, I Fast Five's all right. Fast Four I didn't like, but Fast Five, Fast Six is okay. Fast Seven,
Oh,
I
Fast Six is terrible.
Fast Fast Seven, okay, Fast Seven though I do like the
Yes. So Fast Seven. Um, I okay. Conspiracy mode because now he can't talk. He's being interrupted.
no,
Um,
I'm done being interrupted. Go ahead though.
oh damn it. Okay. So basically, okay, this is gonna sound terrible. Okay, don't sue me. Vin Diesel, don't sue me. But I think that just even though Paul Walker and Vin Diesel were best friends, I somehow think that Vin Diesel was happy Paul Walker died
You can, yeah, I
because the movies became all about Paul
yeah,
Walker. Everybody liked Dominic Toretto, but it was always about Paul Walker. And then if you notice, Fast 8 and
Nine.
Fast
F9.
9 are
F9. Yep.
literally all
All
about
about
Dominic
Vin. Yeah.
Yeah, and then him almost dying. Everything has to be focused on him. The whole family. Oh my God, please come
See,
back, Dom. I
and
love you.
that's the thing. The Fast and Furious to me. Okay, so you have Fast One. Okay, it's an awesome movie. Completely, it's one of my most favorite movies of all time. It wasn't
Yeah.
really big in the box office, but Fast Two was pretty big. Fast Two was their big breaker one. Fast Three was super big too. But so Fast One sets the ground for everything. Okay, and the thing I like about the old Fast movies isn't that they were just goofy fun movies. It's the fact that they were just completely not afraid to do something different. Fast Two has only Paul Walker only Paul Walker and the what is it, the cop guy as the main as the characters that stay.
Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah, yeah, but like what I'm saying is they completely did a whole new story. They didn't just keep the same characters doing the same thing over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And Fast 3 completely doesn't have any of them until Vin Diesel makes some fun little end reference in a fucking Dodge Charger thinking he's gonna drift a fucking Japanese drift race in a Dodge Charger. Good luck. But no, like yeah.
I knew Han.
Dude, that fucking
Who do you think taught him?
he's gonna fucking outdrift him with a Dodge Charger. Dude, no, dude, as much as
Okay,
I
to
think
be fair though, Dodge Chargers kind of be a little weighty and drifty in the back. Maybe he could pull it off.
I don't know about a Japanese. Okay, so
See,
because the Dodge Charger is just too big. It's too big of a car. That's why they don't have a race at all because they don't know how to make that race work. Dodge Charger is a really fast car. When actually, fun fact, the Dodge Charger is the new Batmobile in the Robert Pattinson one. It's just basically a Dodge Charger with a big rocket strapped on the back of it. That's all it is.
no
It's
wonder
really,
it was shit.
but Dodge Chargers are really fun. They're loud, fun cars to look at. But they're decently fast. But they nothing like, for example, his little Toyota Supra that Paul Walker had in the first movie. That thing its top speed is way faster than Dodge Charger. That there was no competition between those. That's why the movies are completely fun and goofy because you have this really serious old 1970s freaking American muscle car versus this really lightweight fast Japanese drifter, and all of a sudden they're just competing. It's like, how does that even work? I love the Fast Furious movies though. The OG3. Everything after that is just
I do.
I just but Fast and Furious, the Hobbs and Shaw movie, I think that was the last one Dwayne Johnson did because then he had a falling out with Vin Diesel, if I remember correctly.
Because of creative differences. He wanted The Rock disagreed with something in the direction he wanted to take it, and Vin Diesel was like, "Okay, then you're not family," and then kicked him out.
Yeah. But Elba did the main villain for Hobbs and Shaw, and it was all right. I think
It was all right.
Jason Statham does pretty good as Shaw. I mean, it's definitely one of the better new Fast and Furious movies, but it's not good.
Yeah, because Jason Statham and The Rock can carry pretty much anything.
Yeah, and Fast X, the new Fast and Furious movie. First off, supposedly it's got Tom Holland as the villain, which I'm gonna or no, Jason Momoa and Tom Holland. So Jason Momoa is gonna play the main villain, and Tom Holland is either gonna be a villain or he's gonna be a new character added to the roster, like fucking the other wrestling guy. You Can't See Me. No. Yeah. What's his face? God, John Cena. There we go. Jesus Christ, I couldn't think of his name. So it's either gonna be like that.
John Cena.
Bing chilling. Have you seen that video? Have you seen that one where he's talking?
Yes, I have.
So yeah, that movie's coming out in May. I am very curious about that movie. I think it's gonna be shit. It's got a $300 million budget. It's directed. It's produced by Vin Diesel, directed by Louis Leterrier, which I'm pretty sure didn't he direct the other new ones too? Or no, who is this guy? French film director. Who directed Fast 9? Was that him?
I have no fucking
No,
idea.
a guy named Justin Lin. Who is this guy? Some Taiwanese American film director. But no, the OG Fast and Furious 1, Fast and Furious 2. Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious. That's a good movie. Literally, OG Fast and Furious had like a $80 million budget, which is big back then, and pulled $207 million. And then I'm pretty sure Fast 2 doubled that, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Fast 2 was fire, and then Tokyo Drift. Ooh, dude, Tokyo Drift. God, that's my favorite of all of them. It was the out of the original three, it's the lowest box office one, but it's my favorite one. It also was directed by the same guy that directed Fast 9. But I guess he just lost his touch.
Well, I'm pretty sure he lost his touch because Vin Diesel is like, obviously he had to do what Vin Diesel wanted.
Well, yeah, because he's the main villain or the
I
main
am
main.
Groot.
His only good role ever, Vin Diesel's only good role ever, is when he can only say the words "I am Groot."
I mean, he delivers them perfectly.
Dude, I forgot Bow Wow was in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that Hulk smash mobile that he's got.
The DK Donkey Kong? Nah, Drift King, bro.
Have you seen the little funny video of the
Pulled up an out machine. That
no,
video?
the kid in the wheelchair?
No, what?
Here. Look at this. Look at this.
So dumb. We'll get
Wait, hold on. What
Here
is
you
it?
go. Here you go. I sent it to you.
Oh!
Tell me when you're starting it. Tell me when you're starting
Okay,
it.
I'm starting it right now.
Can he drive?
Can he drive? You know what DK stands for?
Donkey Kong?
Drift King.
Drift. What do you mean, drift?
Dude, I've seen that one. Oh my god, dude. The one I was gonna show you. Hold on. This is the one I was gonna show you. I'm changing my screen. I should have just changed my screen. Whoops.
Wow. Way to cut me off.
No, there you go. It's this one. Look at this.
Okay.
So dumb. We'll get what? That boy ass pulled up in a Hulk machine.
Dude died.
Oh my god.
He literally the whole point, the whole thing was him fucking just a sticker of the Incredible Hulk on a green card. That's a good video. While we're on this, Heath Ledger, this guy.
Oh yeah, Heath Ledger.
He's
the broke back cowboy himself.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is, bro, the way Heath Ledger holds him in that movie, bro, it's got me. Dude, he also, isn't it funny that Jake Gyllenhaal's, what is it, his sister plays in Batman Dark Knight, and he gets a little hands on with her too, huh? But dude,
I mean, who wouldn't?
Dude, I forgot this movie existed. God damn it.
Oh yeah.
This is a
another example of Hollywood going too far.
Anne Hathaway's in this movie. What?
Clearly, you didn't know that because it's not focused on her ass. It's focused on their two asses.
Oh my god, Alice in Wonderland. Wasn't this one really bad? Wasn't this adaptation really? Dude, oh my god. Johnny.
Dude, I actually liked Alice in Wonderland. Both the first one and the second one.
I remember this being in theaters, and
I remember parents getting pissed off at this movie because when Alice makes it to the Queen's castle, she has to jump over the river that surrounds the castle and it has floating heads in it.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh my god, no, it's too dark. It's too dark.
Okay, can we talk about Johnny Depp's biggest role ever of all time though? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka.
Dude, yes. I loved his role in that.
This is you would never tell it was him. You would never tell it was Johnny Depp if you tried. He sounds nothing and looks nothing like how Johnny Depp normally dresses or looks. God, all these people are old now. Ugh. So it's so uncanny to see the little kid be 30 years old. Like,
yeah.
He plays the good doctor? What? What the heck? But
Oh,
no,
we see your.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we see your Pornhub tab
Yeah.
open.
Oh, though this is my topic right here. You'll see that up there. But Batman 1989. This is the really good Joker with fucking Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm. Jack Nicholson.
Who has a better Joker, Jack or Heath?
That is a good one. Um, damn, I would have to say that Jack Nicholson does, and then Heath Ledger is like right there, almost tying with him because he actually went to Jack Nicholson for help. For tips. And Jack Nicholson pretty much told him, saying that if you're going to play somebody like the Joker and you want to make it as serious as the show is going to want you to, don't expect to come out being the same. And of course, as we know, he committed suicide in
Yeah,
yeah.
and well, the director Heath Ledger went to the director a lot because when you have to make a funny, goofy character into something serious, which funny enough, I love how that's come full circle. But when you have to do that, he was really stuck on like how to do it properly. And you can look at a bunch of interviews. I just watched a bunch of interviews for The Dark Knight recently, as of course any human would, and basically Ledger was like, I would go to the director and be like, all right, this scene, like I don't really know what to do, and he'd be like, just be crazy. And so then you get scenes like the dinner scene where he's basically just like being a goofy and scary at the same time. Like he manages to just be completely a psychopath, just completely crazy. Like no, it's baffling how good of a role he does by having nothing to work with. Um, also Michael Keaton, that guy, he's pretty good. But no, the thing about it being full circle is I love how the Joker used to always be this goofy, funny character who had a little bit of seriousness to him, but was just like crazy, like fun crazy. But now all the Batman movies and all Batman can focus on is how crazy and scary Joker is, rather than him being goofy anymore. You no longer have an elegant Joker. You have this psychotic, bad, non shaven, freaking rustled up hair. Freaking. Have you seen the new? That's the only thing I don't like about the new Batman movie is Batman 2022 Joker. Is if you look at the
He
Joker,
wasn't the Joker. Oh, you mean the deleted scene?
yeah, the deleted scene.
I was gonna say no, dude. The dude in the movies, the Riddler, supposedly.
No, the
Um,
Riddler, the I'm talking about in the deleted scene. No, the Riddler. I thought the Riddler was just fine. That he was
he
not.
was retarded. I don't like him.
I like him. He's a conspiracy theorist. I thought it was cool.
I like the Penguin better. Did you look up the actor for the Penguin in the movie? You
Yeah,
would never have recognized him.
yeah, I know he went through a massive transformation. He like basically didn't they have like 100 fat suits on him or something like that?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But no, like this Joker, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like this weird look to him. It doesn't strike me as anything. Like this guy right here, what's his fucking name? Barry Keoghan or whatever. He played in Eternals. I didn't like him in Eternals. I don't think he's gonna be able to do the Joker. I really don't. If they
I
make
don't
the
think so
Joker
either.
the villain in the next movie or the movie after, because this is supposedly going to be a trilogy similar to The Dark Knight. They're working on another one for sure. And they
Oh
don't know about a
God.
third. Well, okay, so they're making another one for sure. They've confirmed making a Batman 2, but they don't know if they're going to make a third one. But if he's the villain in the next movie, it's going to be dumb. I'm going to boycott it because this character does not need to exist in that universe. The Riddler was okay. I think if they're
I
going to
didn't
do a
like
villain,
him.
if they're gonna do a villain for the next movie, I don't think they should follow this stupid uncovering the truth bullshit like they did. Like, okay, it's nice to have a detective Batman style, but you doing it twice in a row is gonna be ridiculous. I think the next movie
That's
needs
Batman's character.
they need to focus on, okay, so this movie, the Batman 2022, focused heavily on Batman being Batman at all times. Like, there's no real difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman, as there is in most adaptations, which to me, is whatever. But I think the next movie, if they do it where basically he finds out that he needs to be Bruce Wayne in some situations and be the Batman in other situations, I think it will make the first movie a lot better because it will show growth between the character from the first movie to the second movie. But if they just keep him the same way, where he's just, I'm Batman all the time, I'm gonna be depressing and sad at all moments, and not put on the playboy philanthropist mode of Bruce Wayne, like being Bruce Wayne in the community, then I think it's just gonna be a bad movie. I think it needs to be a self growth movie. I think he needs to figure out in the next movie that you can't just be Batman all the time. It's not gonna work. You have to be Bruce Wayne at some points to make things right. And I don't think this villain is gonna be able to bring out Bruce Wayne properly. I think it's, if anything, they're gonna have to do something way out of the box where the villain's not even really the main point. The whole point is about Batman. Which you can argue the first movie was all about Batman to begin with, which it kind of was, but it was mainly about uncovering Gotham's like secret, which was,
I
fucking.
would like a movie about Batman, not a depressed emo.
Yeah, I felt they went a little overboard on the emo side. It's just the Batman nature. I wanted to see a little more of Bruce Wayne. Pattinson can definitely pull off a good Bruce Wayne. He can pull off a decent Batman, but he could pull off a way better Bruce Wayne in my opinion. I think if he plays Bruce Wayne properly in the next one, it will be good. But it's whatever. Now we're done with that rabbit hole. I bring to you news from the RTX world. This is completely
Oh
switching
my
off the
God.
topics. I know. Just bear with me. So we have this video here. I want to introduce you to Portal with RTX world premiere. I'm on the screen, right? Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. We do what we must because we can.
I love GLaDOS.
I do too.
Good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. Welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible.
Oh my God! It looks so good.
Stop it.
See, this is why I'm upset that I have an AMD card now, because that looks amazing, and I hope they have more. I hope, because this is a game. This is a game coming out. This is a completely reimagined Portal, like new version. I hope somebody just makes a Portal mod that has more of like the ray tracing style.
They
But
will.
They
There's
hopefully.
the files you can get.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's a free DLC for Portal owners, so it's basically just a whole new game. I think it looks beautiful. I hope they do Portal 2 as well at some point. But what do you think? You like that? I mean,
I do have to say that they're doing this for more than just Portal. I believe Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Morrowind it also
Ooh!
worked for.
Oblivion?
So,
Oh.
yes, yeah, I think you could look up the video RTX with Morrowind. Morrowind's the best one to look at because that's the oldest one. Yeah, right there.
Alex Dunn, technical lead at NVIDIA Lights to do is
We'll just
launch
skip
the
to the big
game to
one.
start playing.
Ooh.
No longer looks like a old game.
Ooh. That
Yeah.
looks beautiful.
And I like this type of stuff because it's gonna help bring like more longevity to the games for some
Yes,
people
yes,
because now
that's-
they can do.
That's the big thing. I feel like when you can go back and put these games into this perspective, I feel like it makes me actually want to play these games, because a lot of the big things that I have about the old games is, sure, they're clunky. I don't mind that. They're not fun to look at. But now with RTX, like where you can go back and turn them all RTX style, I think it makes me actually like really look like I want to play the games.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
mean it helps Bethesda be able to stall on their next release.
Exactly, on Elder Scrolls 6.
Once again, everybody else has to do their job.
Isn't it funny? Okay, so the first Elder Scrolls game came out in what? 2000 or 19, was it 19 something? 1990?
That's a good question. I think it might be 1997.
So going to that, hold on, I'm going to do that. So we'll look that up. Elder Scrolls series. So there's before Elder Scrolls. I don't know what that means. We'll just go to the Wikipedia. Don't know why they gotta make this difficult. So it debuted with Arena in 1994.
Oh, okay, I was off. Yeah,
And then-
1994.
and then up to Elder Scrolls 5 in 2012. Isn't it funny? I want to bring this up. Okay, so we have Elder Scrolls 5, right? ES5.
Mm-hmm.
We have Elder Scrolls 5. That dropped 2011, okay. Then we have GTA 5 that came out 2013, okay? And GTA 6 is probably going to come out before Elder Scrolls 6. Now, I don't think you ever should take this long to make a game because literally GTA 6 is going to be 10 is there's a 10-year gap, which unless the game is absolutely completely different, whole new engine, brand new everything, if there's even
Which it's not.
which it's not going to be. If there's a lick of anything off the GTA 5 engine and it took them 10 years to make it, I'm going to be so upset. I heard that they put almost $1 billion into the game development for this game for GTA 6, which is like quadruple what they did for GTA 5. They definitely milked GTA 5 enough to make GTA 6. So
The reason why it took long is because they put all their efforts into putting out Red Dead Redemption 2.
And then, well, yeah, so basically, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018. So it's about 5
In my
years.
honest opinion, I didn't like Grand Theft Auto 5.
I think the thing I have about GTA 5 is when it came out, it started out really awesome. I like the OG. I like the nasty, gross nature of Grand Theft Auto 5. How just disgusting the characters are and look and everything. The thing I don't like is how over the next 7, 8, 9 years of the game's life, they focused it all on GTA Online, which is fine, but they turned it from this gross, nasty game that looks really gross and nasty, but is fun, drive some cars around and kill people, to like this, we're gonna do all these bank heists, and now there's a casino and all this, and they made like GTA Online like this like really weird, completely different thing that like just I don't know, it's off-putting to me. I don't like the whole online aspect of Grand Theft Auto. A lot of people do, but I don't.
Here's the reason why I don't like the game. Okay, like I like it as in like I could get on it and I can enjoy the shit out of it. But what as a GTA game, the reason why it falls short is one, the story is shorter than any of the other GTA games. Okay, there's only 69 main story missions. And then, of course, there's the weird side ones with each character that you can do.
Fucking side ones were goofy.
Yeah. Okay. So then online comes around, and they already said from the start they wanted to do bank heists. Like they plan to do all of that stuff. But my problem is, GTA Online started to feel like the Grand Theft Auto game that I wanted from the story mode. And when I go back to San Andreas and when I go back to GTA 4, when I played San Andreas, which was amazing, okay, you felt like you were getting a full story. You had so many things to do, vigilanteism. You could be a taxi, you could do pimping, you could do, a paramedic, you could do so much things, firefighting, like all these side activities. And then Grand Theft Auto 4 came out and they were all like, hey dude, we added this dating system where like, you as Nico Bellic could go on dates. Everybody hated being called on the game by Roman, but I actually liked it because
let's go bowling.
Cousin, let's go bowling. Like here's the thing though. Here's why I liked it, okay? And this is coming from like an anti-social point of view, okay? As somebody who's kind of an introvert. When I was running around as Nico, it felt real to like have somebody call you up and be like, "Hey yo, my man Nico, you wanna go get on the guan and get some food?" And I was all like, "Oh shit, yeah, I know my character doesn't need food for any stats. Sadly, they didn't implement that. That's a bit of a downgrade." But I was like, shit, I have a character actually asking to hang out with me. We go hang out, we can go to a comedy club, see some of the Ricky Gervais jokes that were added. Like I loved all of the aspects of GTA 4 because it felt like the city was alive. Then I go into Grand Theft Auto 5 looking amazing, all that other shit. And it's like there's nothing to do. Oh, I can own a taxi company. What else? Oh, I can run some drugs for
You can
Trevor.
own a
Okay.
golf course. Oh,
And
awesome.
oh yeah, and then it's like there's nothing else. There's no vigilante system. There's no more, and it's because they had to rush the story
And,
because the main character was supposed to be Lamar.
in Grand Theft Auto 5, the problem I have with GTA 5 is the social aspect is gone. So you have the phone, which they implemented earlier on in the previous installment. So they really focused on the GTA 5 phone being like really different and having all these abilities and stuff like that. Okay, but for example, you know how characters would call you in GTA 4 and be like, "Hey, let's go do something. Let's go socialize." You know,
Yeah.
that's not present really hardly at all in GTA 5. You'll get like the average call from like somebody and be like, I know once if you kill like one of the characters in the final mission, you know, where you have to pick one of the characters or kill the guy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you kill one of the characters as Franklin, if you kill Michael, his wife will keep calling you if you keep playing the game. Like she'll keep calling Franklin, asking about stuff. But that's about all. If you want to hang out with somebody, there is a hangout feature. I've done it before. I physically remember doing it. You have to call the person and be like, "Hey." Your character will be like, "Hey, let's hang out. Let's do something," and they will just follow you around. You will do nothing. They just follow you around, do anything. There's no like extra like talk between them. For example, like if you go and after after his wife leaves him, right? Okay. When you remember that where she leaves the note and
Yeah.
he gets all
Yeah.
depressed and starts smoking and watches the whole movie. Okay, so after that you can go hang out with Franklin. Like you can call him and be like, "Hey Franklin, let's hang out." Now I was hoping that they would have added something when you and Franklin are together, like driving around or whatever, that there'd be a little bit more extra dialogue for you doing this, where he'll be like, "Yeah, you know, she just left me and all this," and Franklin like talking with him and stuff. Nothing. They're just dead silent the entire time, and I'm like, "What the fuck? That's so depressing."
Yeah.
Like,
All of the
I
character is gone.
I hope GTA 6 can at least do that. Where there's extra side stuff that unless you do it a certain way, you're not gonna get it. Now the rumors are that it's a fucking Romeo and Juliet style main character is some female girl, and then there's a then it's the similar to GTA 5 where you can swap between the characters, but you only have two characters this time. It's the girl and the guy, and it's like a Romeo Juliet style bank heist robber stuff like that. I don't even know what city it is. It might be Liberty City.
Vice City.
It is Vice City. Okay, good. So Vice City, and Romeo and Juliet style. I don't know. It might be interesting as long as they don't fuck it up. And then of course there's always the rumors like, well, Rockstar's done with the dirty humor and shit. That's not true. There's no way. Rockstar
They
is
said that they're going to be more culturally sensitive and die down on the offensive jokes.
well. See, they completely. I feel like that's complete bullshit.
I don't
'cause they said that-
understand how.
Well, that's complete bullshit because they said that with GTA 5 too, and then all they did was make fun of people like that for the entire game.
Well, here's the thing: you're forgetting that the team that made GTA 5 is different than the one that's making 6. The one that's
Yeah.
making 6 is literally all female.
Well, this one, yeah, GTA 5 was published by the studio that doesn't exist anymore, the Rocks. Didn't they make or do they still exist? Did the same studio that made 5 make Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they're not they're not the same studio making 6.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
This is going to be an all-female studio that's making GTA 6.
Dude, do you know what I really miss is the old Rocks. Well, I guess they're considered old now. They weren't old. They don't seem old, but like fucking LA Noir, like those games. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I miss
those were the bomb.
those were great. Like they haven't done anything like that. Like Rockstar's been really silent, and it's because they're supposedly putting all their manpower onto GTA 6, but I don't believe that. I mean, have you seen the guy who owns Take-Two, the people that own Rockstar? The CEO?
Yeah.
He's a fucking he's a creep, but bro, he's built. Like he's literally like 65 years old and he's got the body of like a fucking like a 30-year-old bodybuilder. He has like 7% body fat or something like that, they said. He's fucking jacked. Like whenever I think of I mean compared to fucking Activision's fucking CEOs touching people and shit, I guess it's better, but Take-Two weren't they also pissed off at you remember that game It Takes Two or whatever that came out one game of the year last year?
Yeah.
They like sued them, didn't they? Take-Two Interactive sued the company that made that game
because of the name.
Because of the name. They lost that, didn't they though?
I didn't keep up with it. I'm assuming they lost it. See, and I hate that they even went that route. You think they would have learned better with the hot coffee incident?
Oh, in San
No,
Andreas.
no, I want to go back to a topic though, because I like this is what confused me. Okay, so they came out saying that GTA 6 is going to be more culturally sensitive and it's not going to be as whatever the hell. Okay, here's what confuses me about that. Okay, whether or not their past said differently or not. Okay, here's what confuses me about that. How can you be less culturally sensitive? Because if you look at GTA 5 and you look at GTA 4, and then you look at San Andreas, they were nothing but culturally sensitive. Okay. They had their jokes where they made fun of everybody, but it always felt like they were culturally sensitive. So, like GTA 4, for example, is about an illegal immigrant that comes over to the United States, and the entire time the game's making you sympathize about why he's here illegally and how illegals get treated, along with, how the government treats him too. So it's like you have that where it's trying to make you sympathize with illegal people coming into your country. That seems like a culturally sensitive topic. Not to mention, it's a game that started to push, gay acceptance, which was a cultural thing. And they didn't really go against that. They had an entire DLC called the Ballad of
Ballad
Gay
of Gay
Tony,
Tony. That's a good
where
one.
you
I like
play
that.
as Luis, who has a gay boss. Like the games were nothing but culturally sensitive, but they knew how to be human and have funny stuff at the same time that where you say shit like everybody else makes normal jokes. They still had people being funny. And then, you had San Andreas, for example, that was on the topic of like Rodney King, the police riots. I mean the riots and the police beating a black man, and everybody going crazy over it, along with the corruption in police, and how it was basically making you side with the people who burned down their city for the sake of this man being beat. Like it felt like it was nothing but justification and being culturally sensitive. Like I don't know what they're trying to say with this new one when it comes to being culturally
See,
sensitive. Like
it,
like are you going to have the Latina constantly running around calling everybody Trump supporters or something?
well, see, so my thing is, I think I kind of agree with that. I don't understand why they're claiming that all their other games didn't have any cultural impact, which is not true. They were completely impacted by the culture around the time
Oh
they're
yeah.
made.
I mean,
So,
GTA 4 brought up torturing prisoners.
like literally,
I mean, GTA 5.
literally GTA has always been about the culture around the time the game has come out and when it was developed. So,
Yeah.
and to me, I haven't like the thing about the old GTA games is yeah, they've always been kind of before they came out, they were kind of mysterious and like they had this mystique like, oh, what's it gonna be? Like then you'd get a little leak like, oh my god, it's gonna be in Los Santos and oh my god, and then and then the game finally gets its trailer. This we haven't seen anything hardly about it other than yes, it's in development. Yes, it's a real game.
I mean, you have the leaked footage.
Yeah, but the leaked footage wasn't. I'm saying by Rockstar themselves. Like it took an
Well,
outside
yeah.
source to provide us images and stuff with GTA 6, and like, I mean, okay, so yeah, they made all this time on Red Dead Redemption 2, but are you telling me that I feel like you can't really use that as an excuse anymore. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 4 years ago. This game should be literally ready to drop a trailer in the next like 6 months.
Yeah,
This
it
game's been in
should.
development for almost 5 years, or they said it's been in
Well,
development since
they said that they
2014.
weren't going to crunch anymore.
Yeah, which I think that's just stupid. I think that's bullshit.
And you're forgetting it's being made by women. So
Well,
it's going to take a while.
well, I mean, yeah,
They're
but
great at
I don't think
cleaning
that
code.
I don't think that that's the thing that's causing that because I mean, is Elder Scrolls 6 being completely developed by women? No, I think Bethesda's just being lazy and working on other projects.
It
But
was called a joke.
I know, but like the thing I'll give Bethesda is at least they produce and drop other games. Rockstar,
Yeah, right. Yeah, like,
Rockstar has
Fallout 76.
at least they produced something. Like Fallout 76 was shit, but it was better than
Yeah, it
literally
was
nothing.
something. 16 times the shit, you know what I'm saying?
Like we got Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm not really a fan of. I think it was all right, but
I haven't played yet.
it's visually pleasing. It's a nice little bow, like nice little ribbon on the present of Red Dead Redemption. Don't think there ever needs to be another one though. I think if they keep it like that and just update the games every 10, 20 years, whatever, with new graphics and shit, whatever works. I think they should do like what Valve does with Portal. I think they should do exactly like what they're doing now. Just keep updating the graphics over the next. Because what Portal 2 came out, or Portal 1 came out 2007. Portal 2 came out 2012. It's been over 15 to 10 years on each of the games. They don't have any plans of making a new one, at least unless they're just completely been like, okay, if there's a new like Half-Life or Portal game coming out, which there was Half-Life Alyx, I guess, but if there's a real Half-Life and Portal game coming out in the next like year, they have done some really good job keeping shit under wraps, like about keeping it secret, because there has been nothing come out of Valve about a Half-Life or Portal game. And I do you think they're ever gonna make another Half-Life or Portal game?
I mean, aside from the VR one, Alex that they'd come out with,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I can see them making a VR Portal game once they get the technology down a little better, but I don't ever see them making a real Portal 3 or a Half-Life 3 or Half-Life whatever after the VR stuff. I think Valve ventured into, well, okay, so Valve claims they have like all these technicians and game developers and stuff, but like they other than the VR games, what have they produced in like the past like 5 years?
CS:GO skins.
Yeah, like it's the same thing with Twitch. Dude, I mean, we can talk about Twitch a little bit. I know you're not as big on that, but Twitch claims to have this big, huge development team of engineers, yet they literally produce nothing. If anything, they just take things away slowly. Like, I don't get the whole Twitch. Did you hear about the new super chat thing they've been doing?
Oh yeah, the elevated
The chat.
messages.
Yeah, the elevated messages. That's so full of shit.
I watched Train when he went live yesterday. I saw him like roast the crap out of that because
It's
apparently somebody
stupid.
sent 5 messages and he's just looking around like where what, like elevated messages only there for 30 seconds. He was looking
Yeah.
around, couldn't find it, and then when he had a mod send one so that he would see what they look like in chat, he was like, wow, they must be getting fucking desperate over there.
They literally they took away the ability to host, which when I told Smoke he seemed kind of buttered. I mean, I'm kind of upset about that too. I loved the hosting feature. It was so nice because you could just be like, all right guys, we're gonna go raid and then just you can watch another streamer, and you can't do that anymore because apparently it was being quote unquote used to target smaller streamers. Like, bitch, what?
Oh,
That's the
fuck
whole
off.
point. That's the whole point of a host is you're targeting a smaller streamer to get them more audience
If
members.
I was a smaller streamer, okay,
I would
which I am, and let's say Train wanted to roast the hell out of me, and like we're talking like legitimate, like not even trying to support me. He just hosts me and wants his chat to come flame me. I wouldn't have a problem. Why? Because that's more viewers to my fucking content.
Exactly. Like even if okay, let's say he has like 90,000 people watching, which is big numbers, okay? Let's say hypothetically he just that's just a number I'm throwing out. He has 90,000 people watching and he hosts you and only about 60,000 of them join your and raid you and talk shit about you. Okay? Out of those 60,000, there's at least 2,000 or 3,000 that are going to sympathize with you and follow you. And now you have a bigger fan base than you did before, and they'll check out your content and be like, "Oh wow, he's a pretty funny guy. I'm laughing at this." Then they're gonna tune into the next stream. Like, no matter how bad it can quote unquote claim to get, I've never seen a targeted host. I've seen a targeted raid before, but usually a host happens like after they're completely done with the stream. Like usually you just go
Yeah.
/host. I've never seen a targeted host. I've seen targeted raids before, like Gideon on fucking what was it, Pokemon or Ninja or whatever the fuck that drama was. And by the way, they completely made
Yeah.
up. He clapped her cheeks or whatever that whole deal was. But yeah, I guess I don't see the benefit of taking that away. Really, it's just seems like they're just trying to kill their platform. Maybe they're just doing like a speed run Guinness World Record to see how fast they can destroy a $1 billion industry. Because I'm sure like in the next 6 months, once that 50-50 pay thing goes, or once it goes from 70-30 to 50-50, everybody's just gonna fucking leave to YouTube, like, or whatever else is there.
Okay. All right. We need to get back to a topic because like I want to talk about it.
Okay, what's your topic?
Okay, we need to get back to Hollywood.
Okay.
All right. Now, I had a coworker, okay, because we were talking about Amazon's new ring. Fuck.
Rings of Power.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. trying to My brain's trying to remember the conversation so that I could accurately put it out. We were talking about it, right? And this was before its release back in August.
Hmm.
And she is more of the liberal, inclusive, everybody has to have their safe spaces type of thing. And, I was telling her, I just made the comment of, yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. I didn't like that they started casting, black elves. Like, I just said it right. I didn't care if I was at work. But then she got all over me. And because this has a point. Okay, let me get to it. And she said, well, what if they were just the best actor for that role that they could find? And my response was, then don't have the character in the show if you can't find somebody who can portray the character accurately to the books. Not to mention the ranger they have in there, that's the half black elf, is a made up character, doesn't even come from the books. So clearly they could have cut him out. And she said to me, or asked me, so you think they should discriminate against an actor because of his skin color? And my response was yes, for one simple reason. If Chadwick Boseman died, if I decided I wanted to go audition to be Black Panther, and let's say no, and I mean this, okay? Like let's say I never watched a Marvel film. I've never read a comic book. I don't even know what Black Panther is. And I'm just like, oh great, this is a job opportunity. Let me to call my agent. My agent gets it set up because he obviously wants money. I walk in there. I'm like, all right, I'm here to be Black Panther. Give me the script. And they literally go, you do understand that he's not called Black Panther just because of his suit color, that he's called Black Panther because he's from an African fictional kingdom called Wakanda, right? He's supposed to be a chief African. I would be sitting there, right? I know you're looking up Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're looking up the Black Panther meme, okay? But listen, and they decide, yeah, right there. Okay, look, as amazing as that looks, okay, let's say I was auditioning though, I would want them to tell me, hey, this character is supposed to be black and you're white. Is there, I would literally just be like, oh damn, oh I'm sorry, I didn't read anything about it, cool, and I would be on my merry day. I want, as funny as it sounds, I want to be discriminated against, because if I don't fit a character properly, I don't want to be casted for it. I don't want to be pushed in or shoehorned into an area where I'm taking away the accurate representation of a character. I don't want that. So when I explained this to my coworker, because I gave her the exact same thing, she was like, yeah, well, Black Panther's a bit different because like it's meant to be for those people, because like it's meant to
for those
represent their
people.
culture. And I'm just like, yeah, same thing with Middle Earth. And she's like, yeah, but only for white people. And I'm like, yeah, you got a problem with that? Like, why are we allowed to have that but not this? She's like, oh, so you're saying is that black people can't be English or England or from England? And I'm like, no, if you are black during the time of Middle Earth, which is ancient civilizations, by the way, ancient, really old, ancient crap. You are still in Africa. You are not in this part of England, the UK, or this region of the world. So, no, you are actually off to the right. And I am full heartedly, and like, if you can't represent a character right, then don't cast them. Like, you could, and that's why I don't like the new Black Panthers, because now they're making Black Panther a female. Just recast the character. Like, how dare you, by the
They
way?
did
Because
that.
I'm sure.
They did that exact thing they did in okay, you're gonna hate me for bringing this up, but the new
Okay,
Fantastic
go
Beasts
ahead.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Johnny Depp played the new played the guy, right? The main villain, Grindelwald or whatever.
Yeah, Grindelwald.
Yeah, and they recasted him, and instead of recasting him like as somebody like as just anybody else, they casted him as like they just acted like they didn't try to make it like, oh, Grindelwald's dead, here's the new villain. They just recasted him completely. Like that's all they did.
Yeah.
Uh
They casted Mads Mikkelsen,
yeah,
who's a
yeah,
good
where
actor.
is he at? He's in here somewhere. Mads. What? Why does he know? Oh, this is OG. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about that one. But yeah, so they just casted him rather than try to make up a new plot point on why he died. I think that probably would have worked better for Black Panther too. Like I get that like it's a little it kind of ruins the legacy just a tad for Chadwick Boseman, but I think it ruins the legacy more by doing Black Panther 2 this
If
way.
I was in that type of a role, I would want somebody to recast me if I died, because I want that Black Panther character to live on to the best it possibly can.
I just think Black Panther 2 should have just been, let's just recast.
Or by the way, they don't even have to recast. Right there, that picture right there, third row, third one over.
This where? This one?
No, no,
this guy.
down. Yeah, him. They could have made him the new Black Panther. Okay, because he in the movie, maybe they could have casted him, or they could have casted that other bulky one that wanted to face him in the beginning of the movie. You know, that big, you know, he shows up in Infinity War. Look up what was his uh, Black Panther you know, tribes. Okay, he's somewhere in there. Like, they could have made any one of the other
This guy.
people.
Right?
Okay,
Wakabi?
not him. Okay, I was thinking him, but I realized he's killed in the first movie. So, they could have had what's his no? He's the dude that comes out in like Infinity War, and he's like, I'm not gonna do it because it will get canceled. Let's see, Black Panther, tribe fight.
I forgot Michael B.
scene.
Jordan's the main villain in that movie.
Let's see. Yeah, I know. Okay. Not Killmonger. M'Baku. Type M.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, right here. Winston Duke.
Yeah, Winston Duke. They could have had him slim down some, you know, and or not even at all, because of the, you know, what was it? The vibranium tech. They could have made him the new Black Panther because he was deserving of it. Okay, he actually reshaped his ideology in the films, and he actually became a friend to T'Challa, and even helped in the Infinity War movie. And he learned how to be a great leader. He could have been the new Black Panther too. There were so many ways where you could have kept the mantle of Black Panther alive with a recast, but not a recast, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He could have kept yes, T'Challa, he had died, and now I will keep his memory alive. Rather than the sister, which makes absolutely no damn sense. I'm sorry, I don't accept the random swapping because of somebody's death. It's not natural. You could have given, here's the funny thing, you could have given that sister her own movie based off of her own tech in like a Disney Plus spinoff, or even her own big film, as like, you know,
This is her. This is the
under
chick
a
that's
new,
gonna play Ironheart, by the way. This girl.
your screen is blurry as shit.
Oh, is it? Okay. Sorry.
Like, it is blurry. Like, it is like I can't tell what I'm looking at.
Can you see now? Oh, it's probably just because my internet's being dog shit.
Okay, yeah, I see her. Yeah, not the best looking Iron.
Ugh.
Yeah, no thanks. You could probably do better. But
Yeah.
see, the way that they make her look that way though tells me that she's probably gonna be Wakandan born. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the vibes I get. And the thing is, I guess I couldn't mind that, but I feel like with Yuri being Black Panther, it doesn't make sense. And I feel like they could have actually, for once, rather than taking things away from the males, they could have given Yuri her own brand new character. Because I don't believe in the comics Yuri becomes a hero of any sort. She's kind of just like the Alfred to
Yeah.
she's like the Alfred to Batman to Black. You could have made her her own thing with her own super, you know, using her own technology for herself, and you know, her brother doing whatever as Black Panther, or the new Black Panther doing whatever. She could have been her own strong character that you could have written a great story for, to be her own thing, rather than stealing the mantle from somebody else.
And who knows? Maybe we're gonna get completely fucking. You know, maybe we're gonna just get. It's gonna be a complete twist, and maybe the whole movie's about her setting up a new movie for herself or something. I don't know.
But see, back to the main topic of casting in movies. I do not like lately that if you're going to have a white male in a character in a movie, he has to be dumb and retarded. And if you're going to and if you're going to have any smart things, that they have to be, you know, people of color. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like the Batman movie, cuz they not only race swapped so many different characters, but it seemed like the only time there was a white person on screen is when it was meant to show them being an asshole.
See, but Batman's white in that movie still.
Yeah,
Acting.
and he's a retarded, depressed
He's not
emo that
retarded. He's very I would say
okay,
he's one of the
okay,
most.
let me draw that back. Okay, he is a depressed emo that doesn't live up to the lifestyle that we would expect from a Bruce Wayne, and he doesn't really contribute much other than his detective skills.
Yeah, but
Whereas everybody else who does and who runs everything and who is morally virtuous all happen to be black, and anyone white on the screen is evil.
okay, but I will say this. I will take the way they did Batman over any of the Marvel movies that came out this year, to be honest.
Oh, that's for sure. I did enjoy, even though I had my issues with it, I still enjoyed the 3 hours of that Batman movie.
Yeah. And did you
I
hear
wouldn't
that
say it was the
there's
best, but
supposedly a director's cut of that that's even longer, which I don't know how, but
I mean, I'll watch it. I
I would
mean,
watch it too. It'd be like a
what
Lord of the Rings thing where it's gonna be like 4.5 hours long. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
I mean, I liked the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
That was
Um,
fucking ridiculous. I watched that. I was like, bro, whoa, this is
the,
long as fuck. But you know what? It almost has to be long because because he
exactly.
drew out every character and every character's ability and backstory, like down to the brim. Other than Superman, but Superman already had like a basically his own massive movie, and then before that,
Dude,
and
that scene though with the old gods fighting
oh,
what
dude,
that was amazing. Zeus,
that
that's
I
how
was
Zeus should have been, not what was in
oh
fucking Love and Thunder.
dude, Love and Thunder Zeus pisses me off, and then they have Hercules in the end cutscene of that movie too, and just makes him look like a dumbass. Ugh, God, the way they did that in the Snyder cut was so crazy, bro. Oh, and
I know, and then you
he
had
set it up.
Artemis and
Yeah, and they set it up so well for another good Justice League movie. Like if they did another Justice League movie, I would be hyped. Like if I watched the OG Justice League movie, I would not be hyped for a second one. But after watching the Snyder cut, it makes you want to watch the next one that comes out.
yeah, I mean the first Justice League normal movie sucked because
Yeah.
it had Joss Whedon sabotaging the whole damn thing.
Basically, he was just like, "All right, everything Snyder is doing, we're just gonna do it backwards and not do it at all, and then we're
And
gonna
then
cut the movie
refilm
down.
it.
Yeah, and we're gonna refilm it and cut the movie down by 2.5 hours."
Here's why. People keep telling me, "Oh, he didn't have a lot of time to do what." I firmly believe he sabotaged it for one reason. One, he worked for Marvel, okay? And two, you're a guy who made the first Avengers movie, okay? So you know what's possible by your special effects team and what's not. When you are 6 months away from release, the last thing you do is not only reshoots, but you know for a fact that trying to, I don't know, CGI a mustache off of Superman isn't going to come out right in 6 damn months. You know these things.
See, and that reminds me of this fight, the ending fight of
Oh my
Killmonger
God.
versus Black Panther. This
Yeah.
was literally done 4 months. Like I watched there's these people, Corridor Crew. You ever watched any of their videos?
Yeah.
They're VFX artists. They went and analyzed this, and they got the people who did the scene. This was completely made 4 months before the movie's release.
I can tell because at the time I watched it, it was a PlayStation 2 scene.
Like
It looked worse than PlayStation 3, honestly.
yeah, like look at that. Ugh, yeah, it doesn't look good. Love how these movies come full circle.
And the weird part is the reason why I didn't get into Black Panther as much as I wanted to was because of Killmonger. Okay, like Michael B. Jordan is good in like Creed and other stuff,
Oh,
but
Creed was
like
amazing, yeah.
it was weird to have like all these Wakandans. We are speaking a certain tone, okay, and then to have this guy come in, hey yo man, I want that throne, my dude. Like, okay, like his entire accent and his ghetto vibe literally threw off the film for me. Like, it was so weird because they're like, I get how it was supposed to be a contrast between the two characters because of his backstory. It was just really weird, though, to have his really ghetto, snarky vibe up against like T'Challa and the other ones that were like, they looked more serious and they sounded more serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that was the only thing I didn't really like about Black Panther, to be honest, was that whole like, oh, I'm just gonna come in and now I want the throne because I think I have the birthright. And he has like no Wakandan, basically, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he have like no Wakandan background other than that his family's from there, right?
Yeah, his father, who was the friends of the king, that's
Oh,
his only connection to it.
yeah.
Like
So
his father is Wakandan born, and he's Wakandan born, but his father brought him over to like the Bronx or whatever because they were keeping tabs in the real world, but his father ended up betraying Wakanda by giving information to people on where to find the vibranium.
ooh, yeah. Vibranium's also a really interesting ore. It's similar to Beskar in
Yeah,
Star Wars. I think that's
yeah,
really cool to have to have a universal, like, in each universe. I That's one of the things I always love about when they're world building, is having like that one material or one thing. Like Lord of the Rings has the rings, stuff like that. Like that one thing that everybody will eventually know about in the universe, but it's like either super rare or like impossible to get. But the thing about vibranium
yeah.
was nobody knew it existed until Black Panther came out, basically. Like what I mean is, like, after Wakanda revealed itself to the world, they
Yeah,
didn't know.
nobody knew that they had a
There was,
gigantic meteorite.
yeah, like there was a few like pieces that got onto the earth, and that's why Captain America has a shield and stuff like that. But they just figured that it was a space material and there was no more left, and then find out that there's this material in the universe that's basically made of, it's just like crazy strong. Beskar is the same way. The Beskar armor that the Mandalorian wears in season 1 of the Mandalorian is one of the coolest looking scenes of any Star Wars thing ever. I love
Yes.
the shiny awesome, like, Mandalorian armor is so sick to me, and they just kind of ruined it after season 2. They're setting the Mandalorian up for failure, basically.
Yeah, they are.
They're gonna
Although
go.
season 2 was fire.
Season 2 was really awesome, and then it ended pretty cool. I figured they were gonna follow suit with the Book of Boba, and then they just completely shit the bed on the Book of Boba Fett, which I
Dude,
lost all
that was
hope.
terrible.
I
Did
lost
you
all.
you should look up the chase scene
Oh
in the
my
Book
god,
of Boba
no, dude,
Fett. You
it's
can
not
see a
even.
studio prop with the walls
It's not even
blank.
that bad. Here's a really awesome guy. I'm gonna put you on. You probably already know about him. His name is Robot Head. Have you heard of him? This guy
No.
is sick. He is, yeah, this guy, he just complains about like stuff that we always complain about. So look, this video called Disney Hates People That Made Star Wars. This video goes through every detail of why Star Wars is the way it is now, and why, and how it used to be. And like this part, yeah, like, oh my god. Like, look at how stupid that looks.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
even look, it
Like
doesn't even
right
look
there,
right.
right there, right there. Nice
Yeah.
set shot. Like that's the thing I was talking about.
Oh man, that's ridiculous. Like, yeah, you can literally see it. But like these bikes and stuff don't even fit in the world they're in right now. Like, that doesn't, like, you go back 5 seconds here, and this bike doesn't look like anything around it. Like, nothing else looks around this. These people look so out of place on these bikes. Also, they look like shit just on this freeze frame. This looks like it was made in Blender in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Nice set shot. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like you could tell.
I'll send this video to you. This guy.
Oh,
His name is Robot.
did you hear the controversy though behind the ending to season 2 of The Mandalorian?
No, what it doesn't look enough like Luke Skywalker, or what?
No, okay. So basically, everybody has been crapping on Kathleen Kennedy because she doesn't know how to run the Star Wars franchise, and
Yeah.
she's trying to push her feminism into it and be all like, the Force is female type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so anything that gets done on the set has to literally go through her. Well, guess what? They never Favreau never told her that he was going to have Luke Skywalker come in and save the day, right?
Yeah.
So, and he never and he never told Kathleen Kennedy about a lot of the stuff that he was shooting for season 2. He practically lied about some of it. When the show came out, and it got praised like, oh my god, yes, this saved Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy came out like a crying Karen and was all like, oh my god, I wasn't told you were going to do this. How dare you do this without my permission? Why are you dividing the fan base against me? When it's like, nobody even was thinking of you, woman. Nobody cares. We were loving the Mandalorian, and then you come out because you couldn't get the credit for it.
And see, and that's the thing that pisses me off is Kathleen Kennedy pisses me off so much because Lucasfilm, George Lucas, he's like, all right, I need somebody to run Lucasfilm after I'm gone, and he goes, Kathleen Kennedy, she's worked with me for the as long as I could basically remember, since like episode 6, like she started in the 80s. She's super old or whatever, if I remember correctly. She was super young, set director. And so he passes it down to her, and she just ruins it. She shits on everything he's ever done, and it's so disrespectful.
It is.
That's what Robot Head, this guy that I watch, he brought that up, that literally everything that like Star Wars has done in the past like 10 years has just been to shit on George Lucas. Like he goes, if I was George Lucas, I would literally just look at this and be like, wow, this is just targeted. Like, it's almost as if they're targeting it to piss George Lucas off himself. Like,
Yeah.
everything is completely, like, just utterly bullshit. Like, episode 7 was, like, stupid. It was cool because it was like, all right, you're setting up, you know what, it wasn't the best movie. It was very similar to episode 4, but, you know, gender swapped or whatever. It doesn't matter.
I liked The Force Awakens for like a simple reason. Like, I was like, okay, we got a new story, let's go. There was so much potential for Rey and the story,
and they lost me.
Finn. And then the Last Jedi comes out, and you're just like, what in the hell is this? Like, now you make me hate the first movie.
Because the simple matter is they wanted to keep it George Lucas style and do a trilogy, okay? But here's the thing, dumb fucks. If you're going to do a trilogy, you need to have at least, like, more than 3 hours of that movie, because there's no time in between episode 7 and 9. It takes place in the matter of 2 weeks. In the matter of 2 weeks, Rey goes from not even hardly knowing about the Force to literally just being a god at the Force, like on the levels of Luke Skywalker. In the matter of 2 weeks, destroys the First Order in the matter of 2 weeks. Like, that's unfathomed. Like, I brought this up with my English teacher last year. She was like, well, you know, George Lucas made Luke a Gary Sue. You know, yeah, she's a Mary Sue, but he's a Gary Sue. And I was like, yeah, but also Luke, literally between episodes 4 and 6, there's like 3.5, 4 years of training and devotion that he has done
that
in
you
between
see
the movies.
on screen.
Yeah, and you see most of the transformation on screen. Like, there's a year time between episodes 4 and 5, and then there's like 2.5 years almost between episodes 5 and 6. Like, it's not like episode 7, 8, and 9 where it's just, all right, I find out about the Force. Next week, oh my god, I'm a god at the Force. And basically by the end of that week, you destroyed the First Order because you're so powerful at the Force that you literally took down one of the biggest, like quote unquote, he's not a Sith, but yeah, she took down Emperor Palpatine, and she basically took down Kylo Ren and turned him to the light side, who was like one of the biggest forces of evil.
Yeah.
In the matter of 2 weeks. I think
here's how I, okay, one thing, the only saving grace, and I mean this lightly, about the movies is that she ended up being a Palpatine, right?
I thought that was interesting plot point, but they could have done more with it.
But the thing is that when they made her a Palpatine, suddenly her being attracted to Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber didn't make sense, right? In the first movie, near the end, like, oh, why am I attracted? Like, okay, so here's how I would have written her story, okay? The dyad between her and Kylo, okay, is important because that actually was in a previous Star Wars book. 2 dyads of the Force connected purely through it, lots of power, amazing. Could explain some of her powers, but, you know, being a Palpatine can do that too. I didn't mind more so the Mary Sue-ness of her shit. It was mostly how they executed it. So I didn't mind the Palpatine, but the problem I had was, if you think about it, she actually did more than her grandfather could have ever done. And this is like the funniest crap when I think about the movies. If you think about it, The Rise of Skywalker, it ends with literally every single Skywalker dead thanks to her. And in the end, what does she do? She labels herself a Skywalker,
Skywalker.
as like the ultimate middle finger to the bloodline that she helped
I
destroy.
hate that. I hate that. God, that pisses
I
me off.
know, but see, it had to be done in this day and age where you can call yourself anything and people have to respect it.
I would have, dude. If I was her, I would have just embraced the Palpatine name.
Yeah, see, what's wrong? You could have made the Palpatine, you could have redeemed. It could have been the rise of Palpatine, and people would have thought that it was about the Emperor coming back, but it could have been you redeeming that
Yeah,
bloodline
and
to
then you
be
could
a
have
good
set,
thing in the Force.
and then you could have set up a whole nother trilogy if you wanted. I know the people that made games,
I
Game
know.
of Thrones, were gonna direct the next Star Wars trilogy that was coming out, and then they like fucked up Game of Thrones, and Disney goes, "Yep, nope, that's not happening anymore." They fucked up everything. But yeah, they were gonna set it up. They could have set it up so great, and now everybody hates Rey, and they don't want to ever see her again. So now they have to set up a whole new trilogy, either before or after the events of episodes 4 through 6 and 1, 2, and 3. So,
I
and
hate how they did my boy Snoke.
oh god, Snoke just got fucked. God, Snoke was such a cool character, and then I made Snoke, and it's
I
like,
was
oh.
still waiting for Darth Jar Jar and Darth
Dude,
Plagueis.
I literally, I think it's still on my Instagram. I have a video from after we went and saw The Rise of Skywalker on premiere, me and my friend Charlie, and at the end of it, I just go, "Where's Darth Jar Jar?" And then all of a sudden he just goes, "Turn off the flash, you fucking moron," because that stupid meme where the guy on episode 7, you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was quoting that. But no, so, yeah.
Oh, I have a video to show you.
Okay.
I have a video.
Okay, I know you have a video to show me, but I have some stuff I have to do. So I think we're gonna cut this. You want to save it for the next episode? Maybe keep.
It's like a minute long.
Okay, fine. We'll watch it. This will be
This
the
was
ending.
this was the funniest. This is the funniest reaction to the ending of Skywalker, because you know how we talked about how it was so terrible that
Yeah.
she called herself a Skywalker. Okay, here is the video. The crowd reaction to this is amazing. Tell me when you're starting it.
Okay, I'm gonna start it. Give me a sec. I'm gonna start it. I gotta get it on screen. Give me a sec. Display capture. There we go. Okay, I'm starting it now.
There's been no one for so long. Who are you? I'm Ray.
Not
Ray who?
you. Not you. Oh god. No. No!
Make it stop.
Where the fuck is Ben?
Where the fuck is Ben?
Ray Skywalker.
People are just running out. Oh my god. Well, that was funny. Okay, so we're gonna have to end it here. Thank you, Raven, as always. We
You missed it where the lady yells, I fucking hate Star Wars." It's around the 1 minute mark. The lady yells it out.
Already bailed.
I heard it. Okay. Well, I
Alright,
really gotta go
alright.
because I gotta be somewhere at 3:30. So,
Alright.
thank you guys for watching the BeastCast. As always, well, not as always, but let's hope this will continue as always. Thank you, Raven, once again.
You're welcome.
Maybe we'll be back next week. Maybe we won't. You know, however
Friday or
we feel.
Saturday.
Yeah, however we feel. However we feel. This is us, motherfuckers. All right, no, for real.
That's right.
All right, thanks guys for watching. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.